जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Hello. Bharat Mata ki. Very good morning to all of you. Good morning, students. No, I'm not able to listen. Good morning. Yes. So, on behalf of MJ Education Trust, Mumbai High World School and Mumbai High Global Education, myself, Yogesh Darade, my co-founder Deven Choksi, we both welcome all parents and specifically students for today's event. Students, just to give some agenda of today's meeting, I need to clarify few things specifically. See, we are not clear with the flow, what we have to say, but we are very much clear what we have to execute. In today's session, definitely we are going to cover few specific points regarding career designing of your child, because this session is specifically we are conducting for 11th and 12th. And post high school, definitely we have to jump for our specific and precise career path. And there definitely there are many sensitive issues. Those may students or may parents, they will come across gradually. Second important thing, we will talk about national and international education system scenario and what is most comfortable for us and how we can fit for that. The first most important aspect of today's session, we have Ashutosh Shirke sir, and before his speech, I would like to highlight few points. The first most important thing, there are so many parents, they are along with the students. अभी भी हमें ऐसा लगता है कि आज भी अगर हमें करियर चेंज करने का मौका मिले तो बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स मे बी इट्स मोर देन 50-70% के वी आर रेडी टू स्विच, क्योंकि जब हम हमारे करियर में आए we have not design or we have not plan. हम बहुत generous method से हमारे career paths में आए. But this new generation, they are so smart and they are so logical. So when they will design their career, they need few specific guidance. The first most important, see, I don't know how exactly I should express, but I'll give you few examples. We are here, maximum students, we have taken PCM or PCB, we are looking for engineering and medicine. But in engineering and medicine, what are the career options? How we should go for it? How the things are? Where I am fitting well? There are so many questions. I'll give you one case. Last year batch, I think Sarang Zawle. He like you only, he opted for PCM. And he discussed with Devin sir that I want to go for economics. Means I am too much keen with the economics part. So by default, जब economics हमारे mind में आता है तो either we can relate with the commerce or certain kind of things. Then after great research into that, we come across there is one institute at Pune, Gokhale Institute. they exclusively do it economics program for science student. And gradually when we have done the complete research, now he is in IIT Mumbai with BSc economics. See, understand the logic behind this. So generally हमारे माइंड में एक इंजीनियरिंग के साथ साथ कुछ ऑप्शंस और घूमते रहते हैं, बट वी आर नॉट एबल टू एक्सप्लोर बिकॉज lack of knowledge or maybe lack of guidance. Second case I'll tell you. Yesterday only Vishwas sir showed me one child from very humble family, financially comparatively weak, completed his BMS, but now opted for astrophysics. With these two cases, what I want to convey is, we have planned to execute specific program for individual child, and this is not first and last session for that. There will be a throughout 1 year program for 12th standard students, and there will be 2 years program for 11th standard students, where we will talk about their career designing. अब आप बोलोगे सर ये क्या है, मतलब करियर के बहुत सारे सेमिनार्स हैं, इंफॉर्मेशन है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, वी नो वी कैन गूगल इट, वी कैन डू मल्टीपल ऑफ सर्च, बट द वन थिंग व्हाट वी हैव कम अक्रॉस आफ्टर सो मेनी ईयर्स, दिस इज आवर मोरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फॉर दिस न्यू जनरेशन, दैट वी शुड गिव देम राइट पाथ एज पर देयर लाइकिंग्स एंड देयर डिसलाइकिंग्स. So this career designing means this is not any kind of menu card. मतलब इडली इतने का, मेंदू वड़ा इतने का, डोसा इतने का, ये कोर्स करने के लिए ऐसा करना है, ये एग्जाम देना है. That is not career designing. So we are not conducting that kind of planning in our mind. We have very clear approach. We have skills. Every individual student, they have skills in themselves. We have to identify their skills. Every child is different, their skills are different, so we need customized solution. So what kind of skills I do have, मतलब मुझ में क्या skills है, और skills क्या होते हैं, और कितने types के skills होते हैं, we are not aware about that. What kind of careers are available, और careers available मतलब सिर्फ Google या YouTube पे देख के career designing नहीं होता है. The experts of that specific area, they should talk to you, you should communicate with them, and this is the planning to create career forum for our students. And this will be the first official year. We are doing this from last 10 years, but officially we haven't announced any time such kind of forum. But our ex-students, they have suggested that, sir, we should start with such kind of career forum so that these students will get help in selecting their careers. मैंने कल सर से ये भी बात किया कि we have many students, those have, I am taking just one of the example, they are very too much clear कि मुझे medical ही करना है. Let's assume I am doing MBBS. But for what are the prerequisites for MBBS? मतलब मुझे MBBS करना ये fix है. But do I have that kind of skills in me? Or should I need to develop few skills for that specific area? Means along with the education, इसके लिए हमने इस प्रोग्राम का नाम दिया Beyond Education and Before Career. We need few minute specific changes, those are required. और एक छोटी सी चीज at this stage will give you definitely big jump in terms of this your competitive examinations or competitive paths or competitive career assessment. Now I don't want to express much detailed things into this. Ashutosh sir will guide you how we are going to perform, but the point is very clear that I have these qualities, these are the options available for me with customized approach, and along with this I will communicate with the experts of that specific field. मतलब अभी बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट ऐसे रहेंगे, मे बी मेनी पेरेंट्स आर अवेयर, नाउ as per national education policy or worldwide changes, they have major subjects and minor subjects. I'll give you one more example. Anshul Jadhav, his major is metallurgy and minor is engineering management. अभी आप बोलोगे सर ये मेजर और माइनर क्या है? So understand, in new scenario of education system, there are so many options which are available and definitely we are going to get confused into that. So हमें confused नहीं होना है वो बहुत दूर की बात है, but as per my choice, what exactly I should select, that is most important thing. If I'll take my example, I completed my master's MTech in computer and then I joined for Lionbridge Technologies for 6 months. और वहां पर मैंने 6 महीने काम करने के बाद मुझे पता चला नहीं मुझे ये नहीं करना है. लेकिन with the kind of competitive environment, these students they don't have second chance. हमारे वक्त हमें चांस मिले, बट अब कंपटीशन इतनी ज्यादा बढ़ गई है कि कहीं ना कहीं we have to be pre-planned. And I think 90% parents they are concerned about future career scope of your child. मतलब ऐसा मैं आपको और एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. When you are fixed with the engineering, ठीक है मुझे इंजीनियरिंग करना है, लेकिन there are type of engineerings. मतलब मैं आपको 2 एग्जांपल देता हूँ. One is computer engineering and second one is a mechanical engineering. Let's assume I am the student और मेरा ड्राइंग सबसे ज्यादा खराब है, सबसे ज्यादा, और मुझे गलती से मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग में मैं गया क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं था. यू बिलीव मी, इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी टू क्लियर 4 years, राइट सर? क्योंकि हर दिन मुझे ड्राइंग करना है, हर दिन मुझे ड्राइंग के पेपर्स देने हैं. तो वो मेरा फोर्टे नहीं था, मेरा फोर्टे कुछ अलग था. तो मेरा फोर्टे क्या है? What are my advantages and what are my disadvantages and how I can convert my disadvantages into plus points for my specific course? That is the initiative, and this is kind of social initiative is we are conducting for our students. This we have been doing from last 10 to 13 years individually, but now we will do it with banner and with clear strategy कि इंडिविजुअल चाइल्ड हैज टू गो थ्रू दिस प्रोसेस. मतलब आपका पढ़ाई एक साइड पे चल रहा है, इसके लिए आपको स्पेशल पढ़ाई करने की जरूरत नहीं है. हार्डली 4 to 5 सेशंस वी मे कंडक्ट दिस सेशंस ऑनलाइन ताकि इवन पेरेंट्स कैन इन्वॉल्व विद द चाइल्ड. फ्यू सेशंस इंडिविजुअली एंड वी विल डिजाइन योर चाइल्ड्स करियर फॉर देयर फ्यूचर. दैट इज द वन अप्रोच. सेकेंड अप्रोच, as we are aware that there is national education policy, similarly there are internationally there are so many changes in their education pattern and system. So we are going to talk about that also. What are the changes worldwide and how we are doing research. And believe me, whenever we say something, we have at least research of 3 to 4 years. Without that we don't comment on anything. So for next further session, so the first part, so today's part will be divided into 2 parts. One is the designing of your career and second will be the international and national changes into the education pattern. So first part I would request Ashutosh sir to address you on this specific area. Sir, again I am giving you these highlights. We are very much clear that we have to go for engineering, we have to go for designing, we have to go for medicine. But again, where we fit exactly? So like जैसे मैंने आपको सारंग जावड़े का रेफरेंस दिया, now he is into IIT Bombay with BSc Economics and further plannings are ready. मतलब उसके फ्यूचर के भी क्या कोर्स लेने हैं, where he will be posted, कहाँ पर किस तरीके से होगा, everything plan is ready. अगर ये नहीं होता, he might have taken some engineering, then MBA finance करता और फिर struggle रुकता नहीं. So it has to be very clear and straight approach. That is what our requirement is, and you are the best person. I'll just introduce Ashutosh sir. He is a co-founder of Yuvak Biradri. I think founder is Abhishek Bachchan, and he every year he address almost more than lakhs of students with Mahindra, with many multinational firms. और जितने भी stars के बच्चे हैं मुंबई में specifically, so through Yuvak Biradri, he guide them for their career path and career assessment. So I request Ashutosh sir to take over. Thank you very much.
Thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Yogesh sir, Choksi sir, and now Vishwas sir also, for inviting me for this fantastic program. It's a grand program where all the students and parents are sitting. May I request light people to just illuminate, थोड़ा सा light अगर audience पे हो जाए, तो हम लोग कुछ लोग होते हैं जिनको audience को देखे बिना, I think it's not going to disturb your view. Is that fine? For you, it's okay? Okay, that's great. Now, basically, before I start with anything, I want to thank the management, thank the college and all the lecturers, professors and teachers of the college, the staff members, for this fantastic initiative. There are two initiatives. One, to introduce the students and the parents to whatever is happening right now in the world. In the world, because you guys, the students, are not going to just be here in India. You are planning, you have dreams of going abroad. You have dreams of getting the finest, the best possible education for your students, for your kids. And that is the way it is. Now, today's times, the middle class, in past 70 years, when we used to hear about foreign education a few years ago, till a few years ago, only a few people could really venture to go out and get education in the best of the universities of the world, say Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, Yale School, and we hardly used to hear these names of the universities. But now the times have changed. The Indian middle class is now ready to send their wards, their children, for the finest possible education throughout the world. And we are not just going to the countries like US and UK, but also rising universities of the world, which are there in Australia, in Canada, in New Zealand, in Singapore, in China, in Germany, and so many universities. And this college is taking that responsibility. It is opening up doors and it is educating you. It is giving you information to open your doors for this. And that is, I think, is a great initiative. It's a unique initiative. The second thing is, I think, which is more important than this first initiative, and which is that yes, you have, as Yogesh sir just mentioned, that yes, you have decided about your careers right now. At least you feel like that. At least you are preparing for it because you have a goal. We are going to discuss elaborately on all these things. What is a goal, what is a dream, and how we are going to go about it. We will come to that. But initially, I just want to share a few thoughts about that. You have at least decided about the next goal you have in mind, and which is the entrance examinations for engineering or for medicine or related sciences like pharmacy and other things. That is your goal, which is very important. But at the same time, this college and the management and the founders, the Dynamic 2 founders, they have initiated this thought that something lies beyond this. Your career is not just what course you are going to choose, but it is way beyond it. Actually, it begins from there. Actually, that is the first step. Now, the students may tell us here that, okay, when we were in 10th, you used to tell us कि ये 10वीं करो, उसके बाद है ना मजा है. थोड़े दिनों बाद समझा 10वीं के बाद जैसे ही पेपर हुए नहीं और हम लोग के रिजल्ट आने से पहले ही इधर एडमिशन खुल गए और हम लोग स्टडीज के लिए बैठ गए, है ना. वी स्टार्टेड विद स्टडीज और 11वीं और 12वीं हम लोग को ऐसे मर मर के अभी जो तैयारियां हैं वो करनी है. और अभी आप बोल रहे हो, जब हम लोग 11वीं शुरू कर रहे हैं, 12वीं में शुरू कर रहे हैं, तभी आप बोल रहे हो कि ये तो अभी फर्स्ट स्टेप है. Yeah, but it is like that. But let me tell you that till 12th, whatever you were studying, whatever you will study, is one part and one way of learning. But now you will, the real world will open for you. The real learning will start. The lifelong learning will start. And it's going to be fun. It's enjoyable. It's fantastic. You're going to prove yourself. And that is what this college, this institution, is really taking care of. That when you go from us to the larger world, the broader world, or the world which is open, the world of work, we want to also, along with the skills for passing these examinations or cracking these entrance examinations, we also want to prepare you for all these things, the lifelong learning journey, and continuously thinking about your career path, whether it is right, what decisions you have to make, because career decision, as Yogesh sir rightly said, it's not one time intervention, one point intervention. कि 10वीं में decide कर लिया फिर हो गया. No, it's not like that. The parents will identify. He also asked you questions. So parents also would understand that it's a chain of decisions. It's a process. It's a continuous process. And that is the beauty of it, that after 12th you have to again make a decision. After that, after doing engineering or medicine or pharmacy, you will need to again make a decision, and every time a new turn will actually enrich you, will really take you to another level. And that is why these skills of making career decisions are absolutely necessary. Unfortunately, in other institutions, in other colleges, these skills are not, are not given, not delivered. And that is the reason why we want to start with this. So this is just going to be, today's function is just going to be the trailer, am I right? So it's just going to be a trailer of this. And what we are going to do is actually take this whole syllabus to your students and begin with that. Can we start with my presentation? I'll need a bottle of water or something. It's there. That's fine. Yes, thank you. Okay. So education, career and beyond. So education we are thinking about, career and beyond education and before career, but I would say that take it beyond career. Career is not just choosing your way. Career is not just taking up a job. Career is way beyond that. Career is a complete path which should lead you towards a satisfactory and happy life. So whatever decisions you make, which job to choose, which field to choose, whether to take a left turn or a right turn, whether to take a step back and then again try for something else, all that is your career. So career is beyond that, and career, we just sometimes tend to call it a kind of job satisfaction. बट आई वुड से उतना ही नहीं है। जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन एक छोटी चीज है। इस जॉब में, एक पर्टिकुलर चीज में, क्या मैं सेटिस्फाइड हूं, क्या मैं हैप्पी हूं, उससे परे क्या मेरा जो जर्नी है, क्या वो मुझे सेटिस्फैक्शन, हैप्पीनेस, पीस और मुझे जो कुछ चाहिए वो देने वाला रहा कि नहीं? क्या मेरे सपनों को पूरा करने वाला रहा कि नहीं? ये सब मिलके जो है, we would say that it is career. So let us see what is it. Let's go to the next slide. Unfortunately, I don't have the control, so I'll need to request. We dream about something. And I think we dream about a number of things in life. When we dream about our careers, we dream about what that career is going to give me. First of all, I work for my dreams because that is career dreams, because that is going to give me my identity. मुझे जब लोग पूछते हैं कि आप क्या करते हो, तो मैं ये नहीं करता कि मैं सुबह उठता हूँ, फिर ब्रश करता हूँ, फिर खाना खाता हूँ, फिर ब्रेकफास्ट कर लेता हूँ, फिर ऑफिस जाता हूँ। नहीं, मुझे क्या पूछा, आप क्या करते हो? इसका मतलब क्या है? What is my career? What do I do for living? And else also. So मैं कहूंगा कि मैं एक करियर मेंटर हूं, मैं एक करियर काउंसलर हूं। सो दैट गिव्स यू एन आइडेंटिटी। सो ये ड्रीम जो है आपका, वो ड्रीम आपको एक आइडेंटिटी देने वाला है। आप एक इंजीनियर, एक डॉक्टर, एक फार्मासिस्ट, एक साइंटिस्ट, ऐसा कुछ बोलने वाले हैं। मे बी एन इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर, और एज they just said about it, that an economist, yeah, an economical analyst. So ये सब आइडेंटिटीज जो है वो आपका ड्रीम देने वाला है। लेकिन आप जब काम कर रहे हो वो ड्रीम पे, तो ड्रीम के साथ में सपने आते हैं और सपने निकल जाते हैं। आप सुबह उठते हो तो कितना भी हसीन सपना हो, वैनिश हो जाता है। तो उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए? नेक्स्ट स्लाइड इज वी नीड टू कन्वर्ट योर ड्रीम्स इनटू गोल्स। कन्वर्ट your dreams into goals. And how do you do that? When you plan something, your dreams are converted into goals. When you have a proper plan going towards that dream, that means now you have converted your dream into a goal. That has some objective. You can see that I have to reach there, and you can see the path leading you towards that. आपको रास्ता भी दिख रहा है, भले मुश्किल हो, भले उसमें कठिनाइयां हो, भले बहुत सारे एग्जाम्स के रोड़े बीच में हो, लेकिन आपको एक पाथ जरूर दिख रहा है। जब ये पाथ दिखता है, और सिर्फ उतना ही नहीं, उस पाथ पे जाने के लिए आप रोज कुछ ना कुछ एक एक स्टेप लेते हो। जैसे आपकी पढ़ाई है, जैसे वीकली टेस्ट्स हैं, ये सब जब आप कर रहे हो, उसका मतलब है आपने आपके ड्रीम को गोल में कन्वर्ट कर लिया। लेकिन उस पाथ को ठीक तरह से देखना, उसके बारे में सोचना, उसके बारे में बहुत सारा इंफॉर्मेशन जमा करना, ये भी जो है, ये आपको जरूरी है उस ड्रीम को गोल में कन्वर्ट करने। बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, जो सोचते हैं कि हो जाएगा, बाद में कर लेंगे, आज नहीं हो रहा है, बाद में कर लेंगे। अच्छा 11th, ओके 12th है ना, पूरा साल पड़ा हुआ है, और वैसे भी लास्ट ईयर की ये मेरी फ्रेंड थी, उसने तो लास्ट 4 months में ही किया था, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। ये प्रॉब्लम है। इफ that is the thought, then you are just keeping your dream as a dream, not converting it into a goal, which is absolutely important. And that is the reason why I feel this planning is necessary, and planning has 2-3 aspects. One is you need to see the road, the path going there. तो उसमें कैसे जाना है ये आपको समझना चाहिए और उसमें बेंचमार्किंग करना है. मतलब मैं इस महीने में कहां तक पहुंचूंगा, नेक्स्ट महीने में मैं कहां तक पहुंचूंगा मेरी स्टडीज में, मैं मेरे उस फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन तक, उस ड्रीम तक, उस गोल तक पहुंचने के लिए मैं छोटे छोटे गोल तैयार करूंगा. उसको हम लोग कहेंगे प्लानिंग. और उस रोड के बारे में, उस पाथ के बारे में, उसकी कठिनाइयों के बारे में, उसमें जो चैलेंजेस आएंगे उनके बारे में मैं बहुत सारा इंफॉर्मेशन जमा करते रहूंगा. उस रोड से जो आगे चल के आए हैं उनसे बात करूंगा, जो गाइड मेरे हैं, जो मेंटर्स मेरे हैं, उनके साथ में मैं इंफॉर्मेशन लेते रहूंगा. तो मैं जो है मैंने ड्रीम को गोल में कन्वर्ट कर लिया. नाउ आफ्टर दिस let's go to something else, because for this, for such a beautiful occasion, for such a beautiful gathering and a grand gathering like this, I want to elevate you to a different level. आपका thinking जो है, आप मुझे permission दे तो इन techniques से और आगे मुझे आपको कहीं और लेके जाना है. So please allow me to do that. Can we have the next slide? These are the bunch of people. मैंने कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स साथ में किए हैं. Anybody identifies any of them? I doubt, but still let's take a chance. कुछ बार कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो हाँ आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं. ये कौन है? कौन लोग हैं? बिल्कुल yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So, योगेश सर, what we will do is कि हम लोग उसमें भी जाएं कि क्वेश्चन आंसर्स बाद में आप लोग भी क्वेश्चंस कुछ पूछ सकते हैं, तो अगर वैसे है ना. ओके, ये कौन लोग हैं? कोई आइडेंटिफाई किया किसी ने? हाँ, प्लीज. Anybody? You can just shout from there.
You can raise your hand. As such, all of
No, you
them
can
have
shout
one.
from there. Che Guevara, yes, Che Guevara, the gentleman here, uppermost, right side. ये Che Guevara है. और सर आर्थर कॉनन डायल है, जिन्होंने शेरलॉक होम्स लिखा. फिर ये एंटोन चेखोव है. चेखोव was a great writer. फिर ये मैडम मॉन्टेसरी हैं, जिन्होंने चाइल्डहुड एजुकेशन पे बहुत सारा जो चीज़ें हैं वो ढूंढ निकाली. और ये जो है वो फर्स्ट अमेरिकन अफ्रीकन एस्ट्रोनॉट है. हाँ, उनका नाम मैं अभी थोड़ी देर में आपको बोलता हूँ. चिली की एक्स प्रेसिडेंट हैं और ये फेमस कमेडियन है, स्टैंड अप कमेडियन है दुनिया के. ये सब लोग एक्चुअली मेडिकल डॉक्टर्स हैं. ओके, अलग अलग लोग हैं, मेडिकल डॉक्टर्स हैं. ये बाय प्रोफेशन, बाय एजुकेशन, ये बहुत अच्छे डॉक्टर्स हुआ करते थे. लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड्स, एंड विच आर इंजीनियर्स. These are all engineers. Can you identify them? Most of them. ये हम कॉलेज में थे, सिंडी क्रॉफर्ड, तो हम लोग छुपा छुपा के उसकी कुछ पिक्चर्स, फोटोज देखा करते थे. वो सुपर मॉडल थी, हाईएस्ट पेड मॉडल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड तभी. अल्फ्रेड हिचकॉक जो थे वो बहुत अच्छे सस्पेंस मूवीज के डायरेक्टर एंड राइटर. ओके, और हर्षा भोगले आपको पता है, ये तो आपको पता ही है. ओके, ये पता है आपको, डीडीज कॉमेडी शो या मिस्टर बीन्स. ओके, और ये ओके चेतन भगत, राइटर एंड बैंकर, और ये सब इंजीनियर्स थे. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. डिड दे मिस द रोड? क्या उन्होंने रोड मिस किया? क्या वो भटक गए? क्या लगता है आपको? यस और नो? नो, बट वो इंजीनियर्स और डॉक्टर्स थे. और आप भी इंजीनियर्स और डॉक्टर्स की ड्रीम देख रहे हो, आपने गोल सेट किया है, क्या वो भटक गए? तो क्या हुआ? कोई एक बता सकता है क्या हुआ? कोई भी बता सकता है, बहुत सारे लोग भी बता सकते हैं। हाँ, प्लीज शाउट कीजिए वहां से। They diverted, so they changed the road, they changed the path. Anybody else? Passion. They found their passion, okay? Their interests, okay? They found their interests different. Okay? Then उनको एम पता नहीं था, ठीक है? तो भटक नहीं गए, शिफ्ट किया, ऐसे आपको लगता है। Okay, let us see what has happened and what explanation do I have for this. Let's go to the next slide. What is a mission? Somebody said that they found their aim, their mission. What is a mission? I'm going to briefly give, as I said, that this is a trailer of what we are going to do. But इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि रास्ता भटकाने का काम हम लोग कर रहे हैं। हम लोग उस रास्ते को ठीक से जानने का काम कर रहे हैं कि क्या है मिशन। सो व्हाट इज अ मिशन? मिशन क्या होता है लाइफ में? क्या मिशन हो सकता है? बिल्कुल। एक मिशन एक लॉन्ग टर्म ऑब्जेक्टिव हो सकता है जिसके लिए आप काम कर सकते हो। ये मिशन ये भी हो सकता है कि मुझे वेल्थ जनरेट करना है। वेल्थ सिर्फ मेरे लिए जनरेट करना है ऐसे नहीं, तो वेल्थ इस दुनिया के लिए जनरेट करना है। आई वॉन्ट टू मेक दिस कंट्री रिचर, आई वॉन्ट टू एम्प्लॉय पीपल एंड आई वॉन्ट टू क्रिएट काइंड ऑफ चेन ऑफ सच इंडस्ट्रीज वेयर आई वॉन्ट टू बिल्ड, सो आई वॉन्ट टू हैव अ स्टार्टअप। ये भी मिशन हो सकता है। और मिशन क्या हो सकता है? मुझे इस दुनिया में जितने सारे बहुत सारे कैंसर के लोग हैं या बहुत सारी माताएं जो हैं, जस्ट डिलीवर करना है, मुझे नए बच्चों को जन्म देना है। दिस कुड बी अ मिशन। बट माय पॉइंट इज दैट वी नीड टू हैव अ मिशन। इट कुड बी मेकिंग पीपल, अदर पीपल हैप्पी। इट कुड बी बिल्डिंग अप वेरी गुड इंस्टीट्यूशंस। एक इंस्टीट्यूशन में सिर्फ मुझे इस तरह के लोगों को इकट्ठा करके आई वॉन्ट टू क्रिएट वेल्थ, ये मिशन नहीं होता। उसके परे हम जाते हैं तब ये सब चीजें निकल के आती हैं कि व्हाट एल्स कैन वी गिव टू आवर स्टूडेंट्स। दिस इज कॉल्ड एज मिशन। एक थोड़ा सा इसमें और हम लोग डेप्थ में देखते हैं। कैन वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड? लेट्स टेक एन एग्जाम्पल। Martin Luther King Jr. We all of us sing this song. हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब। इंग्लिश में है वो, We shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. It was written by him. He was a great, that time it was, they were called as Negro leader of the USA, United States of America. क्या आपको पता है कि अब तक 60s तक 50s तक अमेरिका में ब्लैक अफ्रीकन्स को, या अभी जिनको अफ्रीकन अमेरिकन कहते हैं या कलर्ड अमेरिकन कहते हैं, उनको कोई भी राइट्स नहीं थे। दिस मैन फॉट फॉर दैट। ही वॉज अ लॉयर। कैसे मिला उनको मिशन? वो एक पादरी थे, मतलब एक मिशनरी थे, चर्च में जो बोलते हैं, उसके साथ में वो वकील थे। लेकिन जब उनको ये महसूस हुआ दैट आई वांट टू वर्क फॉर द पीपल लाइक मी। उनका एक बहुत फेमस स्पीच है अमेरिका में, जो ग्रेट वॉक, एक बड़ी मूवमेंट अमेरिका में हुई, उसके बाद में उन्होंने किया, और उसको कहते हैं, वो जो रिकॉर्डेड है यूट्यूब पे आपको मिलेगा, आप जरूर उसको सुनिए। वो है आई हैव अ ड्रीम करके, एक बहुत सुंदर स्पीच है। इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट स्पीचेस ऑफ द हिस्ट्री ऑफ मैनकाइंड। इस आदमी ने वो दिया, और उसका मिशन जो था वो था ब्लैक अमेरिकन्स, अफ्रीकन अमेरिकन्स या निग्रोज जिनको अभी नहीं कहते लेकिन पहले क्या कहा करते थे, उनका फ्रीडम, उनको इक्वल राइट्स देना, उनको डिस्क्रिमिनेशन से बाहर लाना। और ये जो है वो मिशन, उन्होंने किस मिशन आगे लेके जाने के लिए उन्होंने मूवमेंट किया, पॉलिटिक्स किया, लेकिन पहले खुद को एजुकेट किया। He tried to get the best possible education at that time. Then he started to work on his skills. अगर लोगों को इकट्ठा करना है, अगर मुझे साथ में लाना है, तो मुझे पहले क्या करना होगा? I need to have very good, powerful communication skills. As you know now that he is one of the greatest speakers of the world. But ये शुरुआत से नहीं हुआ. It was very difficult for him. He came from a community which was totally discriminated, was not given any chance anywhere. तो डिबेट और डिस्कशंस होते ही नहीं थे। उस वक्त उन्होंने खुद के स्किल्स को धीरे 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 शार्पन किया। उन्होंने देखा होगा कि मैं जो हूं, मुझ में कौन से स्किल्स हैं, मुझ में किस तरह के लाइकिंग्स या इंटरेस्ट हैं, और वो इकट्ठा करके मैंने धीरे 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 उस पे काम करना शुरू किया, मेरे सॉफ्ट स्किल्स पे काम करना शुरू किया। एंड देन ही क्रिएटेड वॉट एवर ही वॉज, वॉट इज ही नोन फॉर। और इस तरह से एक लीडर सामने उभर के आया। बट ऑल हिज पाथ, एंड ही हैज रिटन अबाउट इट, धीरे धीरे शार्पन करके वो आगे गए। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। He considered Gandhi ji as his guru of non-violence. Next slide. Let's see these degrees. BA, Elphinstone College, Bombay, University of Bombay. MA, majoring in economics with sociology, history, philosophy, anthropology, and politics. PhD, Columbia University, conferred degree of PhD. MSc, London School of Economics. एक आदमी के हैं ये सब। MSc, London School of Economics, London School of Economics, still considered as one of the best. Provincial, किस पे thesis क्या था? Provincial decentralization of imperial finance in British India. Barrister at law, अगली degree. Gray's Inn College, London, considered as one of the best. Spent some time reading economics in the University of Bonn in Germany. उसके लिए उन्होंने German भी सीखा. Doctor of Science, London School of Economics, Doctor of Science हुए, London, The Problem of Rupee, ये उनका thesis आज भी बुक के रूप में है. Then Degree of Economics हो गया, और फिर LLD, that is Columbia University New York ने उनको खास डिग्री दी, और उसके बाद में डॉक्टर ऑफ लिटरेचर, डीलिट, उस्मानिया यूनिवर्सिटी हैदराबाद। कोई बोल सकता है कौन बंदा था? ये डिग्री एक ही आदमी के, डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आम्बेडकर। कैन वी गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड? डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आम्बेडकर, ये डिग्रीज लेने के बाद में उन्होंने अपने सबको एक बहुत बड़ा गिफ्ट दिया, और वो था कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया, राइट? जिसकी वजह से हम लोग इक्वल हैं और हम लोग कर सकते हैं। मैं ये एग्जाम्पल क्यों दे रहा हूं? इट्स अ ग्रेट एग्जाम्पल। एक डिस्क्रिमिनेट किए हुए समाज से आप आते हो, अपने स्किल्स शार्पन करते हो, देखते हो, अपने वर्ल्ड व्यू पे काम करते हो, अपने हॉबीज पे काम करते हो, अपने स्किल्स पे काम करते हो, जो गोल सेट किए हैं, जो कुछ है, इंजीनियरिंग का है, एंट्रेंस टेस्ट का है, वो करते जाते हो, और उस तरह से बड़े होते जाते हो। एक्चुअली लिटरली बड़े होते जाते हो। जब मिशन मिलता है, और रास्ते में मिशन बदल भी सकता है ना? पहले मिशन हो सकता है मैं वकील बनूं, डॉक्टर अंबेडकर के बारे में पहले हो सकता है मैं वकील बनूं, सब लोग वकील बन रहे हैं, इस तरह से हम आवाज अपनी बोल सकते हैं। लेकिन फिर वापस आए तो उनको लगा कि नहीं, मुझे इकोनॉमिक्स के बारे में जानना है, मुझे ये सब जानना है, और बहुत सारी चीजें एक साथ करके उन्होंने जो है अपने को तैयार किया, और उसी में उन्होंने एज अ स्पीकर तैयार किया, एज एन मतलब ओरेटर तो वो थे ही, लेकिन जिसको कहते हैं कि रिटन कम्युनिकेशन में डेवलप किया, बहुत सारे वर्ल्ड व्यू जो है साथ में लाया, दुनिया भर की चीजें देखी, स्टडी की, और उसके बाद में अपने मिशन के लिए उस तरह से काम किया। आप बोलेंगे कि आप जो बोल रहे हो मिशन, ये सब दो बड़े लोगों की एग्जाम्पल्स हैं। ठीक है, हम लोग देखते हैं तो बड़े लोगों की एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं, वी गेट इंस्पायर्ड, वी गेट मोटिवेटेड। दैट्स व्हाई आई वांटेड टू गिव यू दिस एग्जाम्पल। Paul Robson had the same mission of working for the discriminate people, the people, black Americans. लेकिन पॉल रॉबसन कुछ अच्छे स्पीकर नहीं थे। पॉल रॉबसन ना तो बहुत बड़े स्कॉलर थे, उन्होंने दुनिया भर की चीज़ों का स्टडी नहीं किया। हालांकि उनका जो ऑटोबायोग्राफी है वो बहुत पढ़ने लायक है, बहुत इंस्पायरिंग है, वो उन्होंने लिखा, बट वो बाद में बहुत। बट पॉल रॉबसन वॉज अ सिंगर, फैंटास्टिक सिंगर। आप एप्पल म्यूजिक पे, कहीं पे भी, स्पॉटिफाई पे आप पॉल रॉबसन देके ओल्ड स्टाइल इंग्लिश गाने सुन सकते हैं, है ना। सो पॉल रॉबसन ऑल्सो लिव्ड अलॉन्ग विद मार्टिन लूथर किंग एंड हैड द सेम मिशन, but skills were totally different. He was a singer, he was a footballer, and he was the first American Hollywood black star. Right? So uske skills kya the? Acting, singing, football. With the same skills, he has done a lot of things for his mission, which was ending discrimination of the black people in the USA. तो मिशन वही है। स्किल्स मेरे अलग हो सकते हैं, मैं अलग हो सकता हूं, मैं कुछ अलग चीजें कर सकती हूं, और फिर भी मेरा मिशन कुछ हो सकता है। मैं अक्सर मिलता हूं डॉक्टर प्रकाश आमटे के यहाँ, मैं जाके उनसे मिलता हूं, या डॉक्टर अभय बंग के यहाँ पे सर्च में जाके मिलता हूं। उनका मिशन है, उनकी फैमिली वालों का मिशन है, और वो डॉक्टर बने। लेकिन उस संस्था में काम करने वाले जो इंजीनियर्स हैं, जो फाइनेंशियल मैनेजर्स हैं, उनका भी मिशन वही है, लेकिन वो अपने स्किल्स की तरह, स्किल्स को पकड़ के वो उस मिशन में काम दे रहे हैं। राइट? सो योर मिशन could be something to make some change in the world, to see that change in the world. Let's go to the next slide. For that, we need to find purpose. मैं पर्पस तो ढूंढूं, मैं किस लिए जी रहा हूं। आप बोलेंगे ये तो बहुत स्पिरिचुअल है, ये तो बहुत ऊपर की बात है। नो, इट्स ऑल देयर इन आवर लाइफ। दैट इज व्हाट द भगवद गीता सेज। व्हाट इज माई पर्पस? तो मैं उस सवाल में नहीं जाता हूं, लेकिन वॉट एवर वी डू has to be meaningful. Then if you understand that, you won't just do the mindless scrolling of Instagram. क्योंकि आपको पता चलेगा कि मेरा पर्पस क्या है, और फिर आप ढूंढेंगे कि ओके, मुझे इंटरनेट यूज करना है, मुझे इंस्टाग्राम यूज करना है, लेकिन किस चीज के लिए मैं यूज करूं, किस कारण के लिए मैं यूज करूं। मैं करियर में आगे जा रही हूं, मैं करियर में आगे जा रहा हूं, लेकिन मेरा पर्पस क्या है? वो पर्पस आपको आज ही मिलेगा ऐसा कोई नहीं बोल रहा है। बट आई थिंक योर करियर एक्सप्लोरेशन हैज टू गो टुवर्ड्स दैट फाइंडिंग आउट ऑफ पर्पस। ये फिर आपको मिशन मिलता है। बहुत बार लोग मुझे पूछते हैं, सर मेरा पैशन है, मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा है क्या है, मेरा पैशन ही नहीं समझ में आ रहा है। पैशन ऐसे अंदर नहीं होता, मिशन और पैशन कभी अंदर नहीं होता। मिशन और पैशन का सीड आपके पास होता है स्किल्स के रूप में। इसको ध्यान से सुनिए, स्किल्स के रूप में मिशन और पैशन आपके अंदर बीज के रूप में है, सीड के रूप में है। आपको नर्चर करना है। आप स्किल्स नर्चर करेंगे, आप हॉबीज नर्चर करेंगे, आप अपनी लगन एग्जाम्स के पढ़ाई में लगाएंगे, वहां से और आपका वर्ल्ड व्यू बढ़ाएंगे, you will, one day you will come across your passion. You will see that, okay, now that seed has grown to a tree which is a passion tree, which is my passion. And then you will also find a mission. But career सिर्फ career path नहीं है, it is about mission, it is about passion. Let's go to the next slide.
Sir, one question. Regarding this designing of career, so the way you are talking about mission, purpose and everything, so these students, so generally आपने जैसे बोला कि बहुत बड़े लोग हैं, उनका हमारे साथ लिंक होना बहुत मुश्किल है. So that is the only question we are asking कि the kind of
So
skills,
I'll give you an example.
no, the kind of skills what we have, जैसे
Yes.
आपने बोले थे कि 8 skills generally students है, those we are going to identify.
Yeah.
So you can elaborate on that so they will understand what exactly.
I will come to that.
Yes.
So, what change do you want to see in the world? What change do you want to see in the world? One thing, whatever careers you are going to choose, मिशन फाइंड करने का एक रास्ता है, और वो है, बहुत सारे आप लोगों में से बच्चे हैं, स्टूडेंट्स हैं, जो एनवायरमेंटल इश्यूज के बारे में कंसर्न्ड हैं, जो आपके मम्मी डैडी को आप बताते हो ये प्लास्टिक का नहीं यूज करना है, ये नहीं यूज करना है, वो नहीं यूज करना है ना? सो एज इंजीनियर्स, एज डॉक्टर्स, एज फार्मासिस्ट, एज रिसर्च साइंटिस्ट, डू यू वांट टू वर्क इन दिस फील्ड? There's a lot of scope there. Environmental sciences, biotechnology, bioinformatics, genetic medicines, ये सब जो चीजें हैं आपके लिए अब खुली हैं. So do you want to work for the cancer medicine? Do you want to work for simple things like diabetes? It's not that simple, but diabetes, we have become the capital of diabetes now. This country has become the capital, world capital of diabetes. These are the issues in front of us. Right? These are the issues in front of us. So, when I say mission find out करो, उसमें आपको ये भी ढूंढना है कि कौन से issues मुझे concern दे रहे हैं. हम लोग हमेशा बोलते हैं बारिश हो रही है, बहुत बारिश हो रही है, और बहुत अलग change हो रहा है. But are we doing something about that? So can you be scientists and can you be engineers and working in the environmental sciences? You can still do that. And you see that some mechanical engineer in Tibet or Leh Ladakh, he has found out creative solutions for his climate changes, climate problems. So you have the world open before you. You have internet technology before you, and that develops your worldview. So my point is that any change in the world you want to see, that could be your mission. As an engineer, as a doctor, as whoever you become, that could be your mission. You could be working for such a company, maybe a finance expert tomorrow, but you would be working for that company. That is finding a mission. So what change you want to see in the world? So I'm going to come to this point which Yogesh sir has. Exploring myself and exploring the world. How? So his question was that, how do I understand myself? You have multiple intelligences within you. And this education system of ours just caters to 2 or 3 types of intelligences. One is the mathematical and logical intelligence, जो आप सभी में खचाखच भरा पड़ा है. पेरेंट्स की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं. Okay, कम हो सकता है उनमें, लेकिन आप में है. And that is why they have chosen science and maths and biology as their prime subjects. So, your subjects are showing, and your marks till now are showing, and your liking, your interest towards the science and technology world are showing that you have mathematical and logical intelligence which is there with you. But you have, let me tell you, that the psychologists and the brain scientists now know that you have 8 kinds of intelligences. 8, 9 kinds of intelligences here, between these 2 ears and within this helmet. So, इस ब्रेन में 9 टाइप के बुद्धिमत्ताओं के सेंटर्स हैं. कौन सी बुद्धिमत्ताएं? एक मैथमेटिकल एंड लॉजिकल मैंने कहा, दूसरा लिंग्विस्टिक, लैंग्वेजेस. Okay, you are opening yourself to the world. That means you have to start learning some foreign languages and your own native languages. उस पे आप करेंगे तो linguistic intelligence आपका ऊपर जाता है. It's not the skill, it is not just the skill, but with the skill development, you can enhance your brain center of linguistic intelligence. There is something called as musical intelligence. पहले ऐसे बोला जाता था कि लता मंगेशकर जो हैं या सुनिधि जो है, वो सिर्फ उसके गले में जादू है, उसके पास वो स्किल्स है, उसने सुर की साधना की है, इसलिए वो बहुत अच्छी है. लेकिन अब हम जानते हैं, ये दुनिया भर के साइंटिस्ट अब ये जानते हैं that it is not just that, it is the musical intelligence which सुनिधि और लता मंगेशकर जी has, है ना, उसकी वजह से. And it is equally important and as great intelligence as mathematical and logical intelligence. So are we going to work on our musical intelligence as well? Because let me tell you, Dr. Abhimanyu Singh, now doctor, but Abhimanyu Singh was a mentee with me and who was an engineer and extremely good in mathematics. He is doing a dual degree in mathematics and musicology. And his degree, post-graduation, is getting sponsored by Yamaha. Now, why Yamaha would do that? Because Yamaha is the greatest manufacturer, the biggest manufacturer of musical instruments. And what Abhimanyu is heading at is doing research in music. He was an electronic engineer. He did his electronics engineering from India. And now he went abroad and did his post-graduation and degree in mathematics and musicology. And together, he is working with Yamaha. These are the kind of... So you can imagine what could be his mission. What could be his path and vision. What kind of skills he must have developed. What planning he must have done. But his intelligence, when he explored himself, he found out that his intelligence was not just mathematical and logical, but along with that, he had musical intelligence as well. Right? Are you getting the point? Okay. So musical intelligence, then as I said, first was the mathematical and logical, second was linguistic, third is musical, the kinesthetical, the bodily intelligence, the physical intelligence. That is why you are good dancers. Some of you are good dancers. Some of you are good gymnasts and athletes and sports people, sports persons, because it is an intelligence, not just a skill. So please see that your kids, students, enhance and work on these skills, because at the root of it, you will develop that intelligence more. And when you develop your intelligence, it gives you a different kind of opening. Like in careers, you have a doctor and a sports person makes you a sports specialist. Maybe a physiotherapist working in the sports area. But sports medicine is one of the greatest, biggest things happening in Europe and America. Sports medicine. Right? So these are the options. So that's why you need to really bring these things together, your all kinds of intelligences. And that's why Yogesh sir wanted me to talk about these intelligences to you, because when you explore yourself, it is exploring your own intelligences as well, along with many other things. So not just interests. Interests are indicators. But at the root of it, there lies a kind of intelligence. So musical intelligence, kinesthetical intelligence, that is bodily intelligence, visual and spatial intelligence. People are good visualizers. People are very good, they imagine but they visualize. The architects, the civil engineers, the construction engineers, and also software engineers. Now, you are required, and designers of different kinds. After doing engineering, IIT also allows you to do design, industrial design. And what is that? Creating designs, new design, product design. And not just product design, but now the new things are communication design. Right? There are design schools all over the world. After you do engineering or something in biology, related to biology, you can still be designers. And we always knew only fashion designers, which are also good, but we always knew fashion designers and architects and interior designers. But now, there's a whole band of such careers. Product designing, app designing, game designing, video designing, film designing, and engineers and doctors and people in biology are needed in that. Because in biotechnology and bioinformatics also, there's a design field, right, which is closely connected with that, right? The ornithologists or the people, the specialists who work with the birds and insects, they also understand the designs, the design aspect of insects and birds, their bodies, their flying, everything. Right? So designers are needed for that. So visual and spatial intelligence opens up all these things. So if you are good at drawing, if you are good at sketching, if you are good at taking photographs, please nurture that, because that is also a seed which leads to a kind of intelligence. So that is one intelligence. So I told you briefly about all these intelligences. There is something called as interpersonal intelligence. Some people are very good with talking to others, understanding others, taking their, taking into consideration their emotions, expressing properly, expressing with care, caring for them. And that makes you a good doctor. That makes you an excellent doctor. Some doctors are good, some doctors are bad, and some doctors are excellent. Those excellent doctors have kind of interpersonal intelligence. But some doctors are excellent, they don't have, even if they don't have this interpersonal intelligence, because they know they are kind of different kind of, I recently met a physiotherapist. I asked her, Richa is her name, Dr. Richa, I see you don't like, because I was observing her and I was making a film when she was working. So she said that, I said that you don't like, I'm observing that you don't like to touch people and you're not very, caring kind of thing with them. Because I had seen some physiotherapists who actually are so loving and so caring that you can identify from their touch. And this girl was not at all interested in that. So she said, but that doesn't make me a bad physiotherapist, because I am very good at analyzing that mechanism within the body. Right? So it's up to you. So what is your intelligence? Are you mechanically very intelligent? Then that is going to make you a very good mechanical engineer, but also a very good physiotherapist, or a kind of, a surgeon, right? So it depends on you, but you have to find it out. You have to explore what kind of intelligence lies within you. And your studies are not just going to give you answers. You have to nurture those intelligences. So visual and spatial intelligence, as I told you, is about designing, imagining, visualizing, and the interpersonal intelligence can make you a very good communicator. A lot of people, after doing engineering, they do MBA and go in marketing and sales. Not just that, but there are some combinations of psychology and market. Market understanding, sales, marketing, and psychology behind that in some foreign universities, where engineers have proven to be very good in that. So if you have interpersonal intelligence, if you are very good with your friends, understanding their difficulties, helping them out in their breakups and all, if you have those qualities, that means you are fantastic in interpersonal intelligence. These are not just skills. Intelligence. अगर आपको बहुत सारे फ्रेंड्स हैं, इसका मतलब है आप अलग तरीके से इंटेलिजेंट हो. आपके बहुत सारे ग्रुप्स हैं, तो आप अलग तरीके से इंटेलिजेंट हो. और कुछ लोग होते हैं इंट्रापर्सनली दे आर इंटेलिजेंट. मीन्स व्हाट? दे कैन थिंक अबाउट the purpose, the mission, understanding. The good news is that you have all these intelligences within you. You have to explore. Some levels will be high. So you have to identify कि मेरे कौन से high level हैं. अगर आपको करियर के बारे में काम करना है, तो आपको सिर्फ एग्जाम की तैयारी नहीं करनी है, इसके साथ में ये भी नर्चर करना है ना? क्योंकि इससे बहुत सारे ओपनिंग्स सामने आने वाले हैं. लेट्स गो टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. एक्सप्लोरिंग द वर्ल्ड, आई विल कम टू दैट.
Actually, I had one doubt here.
Yes.
So those who have a good spatial ability, that
Okay,
is
visual and spatial.
visual expression,
Yeah.
as well as the interpersonal skills,
Right. I'll take
can
this
we
here.
expect them to become good surgeons?
No. Good.
Surgeons?
No, that's fine. Good surgeon.
Yep.
Interpersonal.
Yep.
He can
Or
be,
maybe,
she can be.
Having a good visual ability, like what you said.
Yes, visual and spatial, yes, because a surgeon, absolutely needed, because, because you have to really imagine that. You have to really see. So good architects, good, good surgeons, good film creators, right? Very good, say those who work with the plan, like detail engineering होता है, piping engineering जैसे, या तो इस सब में आपको visual and spatial intelligence लगेगा.
Basically, surgery also comes
Surgery
in that
also
because-
comes in that, but surgery will need a combination. See how?
Yeah.
Mathematical and logical, because you need to be very logical with everything. Along with that, visual and spatial, because you have to work, right? And the kinesthetical, the bodily, because you have to work. मुझे काटना है तो मुझे वही काटना है ना.
Right.
Right? So, good skills. Abhi musical intelligence and kinesthetical, I can be a very good piano player, guitar player, or a violin player. A combination of that. If I'm good with musical intelligence and say kinesthetical, I could be a good dancer as well.
Right.
Right?
The
So these combinations give rise to something very new.
Yeah, the reason to ask this was, there is a very common phenomena found over here with the children, and I don't know, it's not about them. It's actually come from somewhere outside, They are bugged with different outsources that PCB students don't like mathematics.
Oh,
the
that's
PCB
a
students are not supposed
big
to do
myth,
mathematics.
big myth.
That is why I wanted
That's
to
a big
clarify
myth.
that.
I have seen at least a number of students who are fantastic with maths and biology both, and I'm sure you must have also seen.
That is what.
Right? और उनको लगता है, उनके पेरेंट्स भी क्या बोलते हैं कि अबे ये एक चूज करना, ये या वो, दोनों क्या बोल रहा है, एक छोड़ दे. No, why? I think they should really do this unless you find something very passionate. And let me tell you that biology, I have one friend, Dr. Upen Patil, who is in the US, who did his medicine, he became MD, right? Went to the US, all the, आपको पता है उधर जाने के लिए बहुत सारे एग्जाम्स और ये उनके यहाँ पे वो सब किया उसने, and then he did his mathematics. From there, he gave mathematics papers because he wanted to go into bioinformatics. So bioinformatics and some medicines regarding that. So genetics में आपको जाना है, bioinformatics में जाना है. So it is about statistical and mathematical theories which you apply. So अभी जो दुनिया है वो it's like convergence हो रहा है वो सब.
It's a jigsaw puzzle. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
Conglomerate.
Absolutely.
So that is why actually I was just saying, because what happens is the children over here are always with one single attitude. Yes, agree. They need to have a major.
Yes.
That is either PCM or PCB, but they can have the other as a developed skill for them.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you very much.
So I was saying that you need to explore your interests. Interests are indicators. Lights हैं जो दिखा रहे हैं कि रूट में कुछ है, इंटेलिजेंस है, और इंटरेस्ट को डेवलप करना है, स्किल्स को डेवलप करना है, हॉबीज को डेवलप करना है. Sometimes, sir, what happens that parents feel that डांस को जा रही थी, भरतनाट्यम कर रही थी, लेकिन अभी 12th का है, छोड़ दो. You know, so then that means you are shutting down one kind of intelligence. Totally. Please don't do that. Yes, you need to prioritize. Exam आती है तो डांस के इसमें थोड़ा कम करना है. अरंगेत्रम आता है तो स्टडीज को थोड़ा नीचे रखना है ना? But prioritization is absolutely necessary. But you have to really focus on your hobbies, on your skills and your interests. Okay? मोबाइल स्क्रोलिंग भी एक स्किल है, लेकिन पूरा टाइम सी ऑब्जर्व योरसेल्फ, है ना, कि कितना आप स्क्रोल कर रहे हो, और वो जैसे मैंने कहा माइंडलेस स्क्रोलिंग है या आपका कुछ पर्पस है उसमें, उतना ही कर सकते हो. क्या वो कर सकते हो? बिकॉज ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू इंक्लूडिंग द पेरेंट्स आर एडिक्ट्स नाउ, है ना? एडिक्शंस के सिम्टम्स हैं. 2 दिन फोन दूर रख के देखिए. मैं हमेशा सजेस्ट करता हूं कि आजकल के फैमिलीज के लिए ना, अभी हम लोग ये करना कोशिश करते हैं कि एक दिन हम लोग वो उपवास रखते थे ना पहले, अभी भी, तो क्या हम लोग इलेक्ट्रॉनिक इस उपवास नहीं रख सकते? 2 दिन डाइट के लिए, डिसाइड 1 डे, है ना, जिसमें मम्मी डैडी कोई भी नहीं करेगा, कोई भी, वो उपवास होगा. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद सच न्यू रिचुअल्स. सो माय स्टडीज, yes, you need to focus on your studies. Absolutely necessary. ये जो मैंने लोग दिखाए अभी, डॉक्टर अंबेडकर हो, मार्टिन लूथर किंग हो या कोई भी हो, स्टडीज देखो ना, उनके क्या क्या टारगेट्स, क्या क्या गोल्स थे, और उसके बाद में वो मिशन तक पहुंच पाए. So I think studies are absolutely important. World view is absolutely important. How do I look at the world around? For that, you need to make a syllabus of good documentaries, good films, good movies. और ये सब जो है उसका सिलेबस पूरा फैमिली का आप करो ना. 11th और 12th में साथ में आप सिलेबस रखो कि नेटफ्लिक्स है ना, वो नल जैसे छोड़ते हैं वैसे बहता ही रहता है, वो मत करो. चूज व्हाट डू यू वांट टू सी. फ्रेंड्स को बहुत अच्छे अल्टरनेटिव्स हैं. फ्रेंड्स मतलब नॉट एक्चुअल फ्रेंड्स, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट नेटफ्लिक्स, वो वाला फ्रेंड्स, हाँ, द सीरियल. उसको बहुत अच्छे अल्टरनेटिव्स हैं विच कैन गिव यू समथिंग, विच कैन लीड यू टुवर्ड्स पर्पस एंड मिशन एंड मीनिंगफुल लाइफ. इसका मतलब है सब बोरिंग करो, ऐसे नहीं. सम आई बिलीव इन वेरी गुड स्टैंड अप कॉमेडीज एज वेल. कुणाल कामरा इज द बेस्ट, आई लव हिम द मोस्ट. सो इतने सारे लोग हैं, तो फन भी करना है तो भी आप खुद को एक्सप्लोर करो. द वर्ल्ड व्यू हैज टू बी एक्सप्लोर्ड, द स्टडीज एंड द गोल्स आर टू बी सेट. गोल्स हर एक महीने के, हर एक साल के, स्टडीज में हर एक लेवल तक पहुंचने के, ऑल दीज गोल्स. कैन वी गो नेक्स्ट, लास्ट आई थिंक. सो द लास्ट point I wanted to see, I am already out of time. Yeah. So, career drivers. We have all different career drivers. For some, it's wealth. बहुत पैसा कमाना है, wealth generate करना है. Okay? बहुत सारे चीजें करनी है wealth के साथ में. Security. ठीक से नौकरी चाहिए, बस महीने का महीना पैसे आना चाहिए, ये भी एक करियर ड्राइवर है। मुझे फेमस होना है, बहुत फेमस होना है, ये भी करियर ड्राइवर है। क्रिएटिविटी, मुझे क्रिएटिव काम करना है, नया नया कुछ करने को मजा आएगा। कुछ लोगों को मुझे सैल्यूट मिलने चाहिए, ऐसे लाल रंग का वो आईपीएस वाला गाड़ी होना चाहिए, और कड़क सैल्यूट आना चाहिए, लोग डरने चाहिए। पावर इज द करियर ड्राइवर। एंड मीनिंगफुल वर्क, मेरा काम जो है वो दूसरे किसी के लाइफ में कुछ चेंज लाना चाहिए। ऑल दीज आर आवर करियर ड्राइवर्स। विच इज योर्स? When I say you explore yourself, explore your mission, explore your career, which drives you the most? कौन से 2-3 आपके बेस्ट लगते हैं? Identify that. Know yourself means all these things. Intelligences जैसे मैंने बोले, वो मतलब knowing yourself. मैं ये बोल रहा हूं कि या next slide. The plan. The plan which we are going to do all along the year, along with your children in the college, with some sessions, it will be a concrete plan, but it will open up all these aspects of career. Exploring themselves with career drivers, identifying their career drivers, identifying their interests, identifying their intelligences, and then उनको इंजीनियरिंग और मेडिसिन के आगे जब करियर में जाना है तो और कौन से स्पेशलाइजेशंस हो सकते हैं, और कौन से फील्ड हो सकते हैं, और कौन सा मिशन उनका इस सब में हो सकता है, ये सब प्लान में आना चाहिए और वो आता है। एंड दैट ब्यूटिफुल प्लान कैन बी रेडी बाय द एंड ऑफ दिस ईयर विथ योर चिल्ड्रन, एंड आई विल देन अपील the college management to then go for a program where we will not speak, only students will present their plans in front of the assembly. And I think if we come to that, and I'm sure we will come to that, if we come to that, that is going to be a grand thing. Thank you so much for listening to me, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for giving us the base of our discussion. See, basically the thing is that we have divided the program into 2 parts. The part 1 was about knowing about your skills. So discussing all the skills with every kids, as our system is that we talk to every child one-to-one, every parent one-to-one. So in that regards, what happens is that discussing here at this moment will be a difficult task. So in that case, what we will do is like we'll have a session later on where the parents can have a genuine open discussion with us about the kids, about their career aspects, about rather to be very precise about their skills. So that once that skill section is done, it's basically 2 bodies which are to be connected with help of, I know I'll be talking more of mechanics and physics. So I'll be talking about there are 2 bodies which are to be joined with something called as a string, an ideal string. So one of the body is about the skills of the child, which areas are to be looked into, and other is about the career options, the career aspects and everything, and that string is us. So we'll be looking into that area where we can have a good discussion. In fact, we are also having a complete forum, sort of, a complete team which will be working on that. And looking further into it, there will be a lot of details will be supplied to you and given to you. So for now, we can take a small break of some time. And then after the break, we'll have the second session is about the pehla part to ho gaya skills wala. The second part will be about the career options at places in India, out of India, and what are the different career options. Again, it will be just an overview. As Shirke sir said that it's about something called as the trailer. I'll put across the second part will be the precursor of the next part. All right? Thank you very much. So we'll meet after the break of just few minutes, just 5 minutes. 10 minutes would be fine. 20 minutes session will be there after this. Yeah, thank you very much.
So shall we start?
Has, has everyone come so that we can start with the next part?
Some middle chairs are empty still.
Yeah, they are coming, I suppose.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Vishwas and I'm heading the Mumbai High Global Education, which was an initiative taken by MJ Education Trust for the higher education abroad. So students who wish to go abroad after their 12th, we are guiding them through Mumbai High Global Education. As you know, Yogesh sir and Deven sir, who are our founder directors, they have taken this initiative of starting a separate division for global education. Yeah. So this is basically about the MJ Education Trust, which was started in 2010 with a promise to deliver the best terms of quality and service to our students. So you all are quite aware about the different initiatives which we take. Yeah. So MJ Education Trust has come up with a novel one-stop solution of Mumbai High Global Education that not only helps mobilizing admissions of diverse students in world-class universities, thereby fulfilling several dreams, but also facilitates students to acquire scholarships for the same, thus making their journeys more facile and prolific. The positive feedback that we have garnered from our service the positive feedback that we have garnered from our service has further fortified our resolution to serve our students better, and hence we look forward to being a small yet significant part of many success stories. So nowadays the trend is changing, as Shirke sir also said, Ashutosh sir said, and Yogesh sir also said that previously not so many students used to go for higher education abroad, but now a lot of students are going. And what are the basic reasons for and why one should go for higher education abroad? So these are some of the reasons, main reasons. That is quality of education, diverse academic programs, global exposure and networking, enhanced job prospects, research opportunities, personal growth, and independence. There is a lot of flexibility also in the international education system, mainly the US and all. even a commerce student can go for science, science student can do his commerce subjects. There's a lot of flexibility. I will give you one example of that later on. Agla. So there are another reasons are language skills. You can develop your language skills by going abroad. Financial aid and scholarships, international exposure for future entrepreneurship, cultural enrichment. These are all reasons why one should go abroad for higher studies, mainly after 12th. Yeah. So this is a statistics. So according to Ministry of Education, there were more than 30 lakh Indian students went abroad in as many as 99 countries from 2017. Now in year 2022, there has been a whooping 68% rise in students going abroad for higher studies as per the Education Ministry. Nearly 7,50,000 students left India for higher studies in the year 2022 because during 20 and 21 there was due to COVID the numbers were less, but now in 2022 it has gone up to 7,50,000 and after this in 23 also it will be much more than that. Now in US alone there are almost 9.5 lakhs international students who are enrolled in US universities, out of which 2 lakh students are from India. Yeah. So this is a general chart of it. So 2017 it was around 4.5 lakhs, 2018 it went to 5.2, 2019 it went almost up to 6, 2020 because of COVID it went down, 21 again it was up to 4.5 and 22 it went up to 7.5 lakh students in a year going abroad for higher studies. Yeah. Now we have started helping students in their pursuing their dreams of higher education abroad. So basically, this is the process for a global education. There are certain exams like SAT and TOEFL which you have to give. So the first is you can appear for your SAT and TOEFL during 11th and 12th. Apply for the abroad universities during your 12th grade. Get admissions in world-class universities with scholarships before your 12th exam. Before even you give your 12th exams, you will be having good admits from other abroad universities along with scholarships. Then you can appear for your 12th and competitive exams. And if you get a good college here in India, so basic motto of both our founder directors is good students should study in a good college. So now you all are in a good college right now and you are studying here for getting in a good college. So after this also you should go to a good college. So if you get a good college here in India, definitely you can study here. Otherwise, if not, fly abroad in the next flight. Don't go to inferior colleges. So this is generally a process of applications. So here we do your profile evaluation, then we give you universities, we select your universities, then there is a SOP and LOR drafting, resume writing, application guidance, and university finalization. Once you get your universities or admits, we definitely help you to finalize one of the universities. Yeah, next. Visa guidance. This is a very important thing during your education abroad journey. So in the visa guidance also, we will guide you about the finance part. We will guide you about the documentation part. And for some countries, like mainly like US, there is an interview. So we conduct visa mock interviews here in our school. And we prepare you for the visa. Yeah. These are some of the student services which we offer, in which education loan guidance we give, health insurance in USA we give, bank accounts opening from here itself, you can open a bank account before you go. Foreign exchange, we give you the service for foreign exchange, ticketing, all these student services we give you. Yeah, next. Now for doing all these things, there are certain reasons of parents for not doing these things. So the major thing is affordability. Parents say that It is very, means there is a myth that it is very expensive. Higher education abroad is very, very expensive, but it is not actually. It can be made affordable with the help of scholarships and education loans. Then parents will say that it takes too much of, there are too much of studies because already he is studying for his 12th, for his NEET, for his JEE, for all these things. But for these exams like SAT and TOEFL, it takes hardly 2 hours per day for maximum three months. So you can definitely take out your 2 hours for the studies of these exams, and you can definitely do well in these. Then SAT studies would go waste. No, there are a lot of Indian universities which are accepting SAT scores nowadays for giving admissions. Parents say that we don't know the process, so we are here to guide you and help you. And mainly the mothers say that my child is very young, how can he cope up there, how can he do that? Then are you ready to put them in a bad college? That is what we are asking you. Yeah.
Share my experience with global higher education. So while I was completing my bachelor's in management studies, I realized that I was not
Yeah, I'll just first give you a background of this student. His name is Durgesh Desai. He has done his BMS here in India from Ruparel College. As Yogesh sir has already told you that you don't know what exactly you would like to do after your 10th or 12th. So likewise, after 10th, he was having 91% in 10th. After 10th, he went for commerce, 11th and 12th commerce. Because his parents told him, all are going for commerce, you also go to, along with your friends, you also take an admission for commerce. So 11th, 12th, he went for commerce. After commerce, obviously, he will have to do some commerce subjects. So he did BMS, Bachelor of Management Studies. But he was always interested in astronomy. He wanted to become an astronomer. So he came to me because previously we had sent his sister also, Vaishnavi, who had done her bachelor's in microbiology, but she wanted to do BDes, that is Bachelor of Designing. So for her also we did, so she told him that you go to Mumbai High Global Education, Vishwas sir will guide you about that. And that's how he came to me. And then we gave him the training of SAT, SAT, he got good marks. He got good marks in his TOEFL, then we applied for him. He got 3 admits for his astrophysics. And now he is going for astrophysics, bachelor's again in astrophysics. So after doing his 11th and 12th in commerce and after doing 1 bachelor's in commerce, he is going for astrophysics. Now we'll just have a look at his video for just 2 minutes. Yeah.
Hello friends, my name is Durgesh Desai and I'm here to share my experience with global higher education. So while I was completing my bachelor's in management studies, I realized that I was not living my life as I should be and that I should be pursuing astrophysics and pursuing a career as an astrophysicist. So during COVID time, while I had nothing to do, I decided to see what's there in physics and if I can handle. So I started studying physics, and as I was completing in my last year, I guess during my last year of BMS, I tried contacting a few of my friends and family to see if I can pursue astrophysics. So I contacted one of my cousins in US who's pursuing BS in design. Her story is also same like me, to be honest. Like, she had completed a BS in microbiology and is now pursuing BS in design. So she told me that she had contacted Vishwas sir and that he had guided her through the whole process. So I did the same. I contacted him and without any hesitation, he told me that yes, Mumbai High Global Education will help me to pursue my dream. So after I completed my bachelor's, they trained me for SAT and TOEFL, in which I scored 1370 SAT out of 1600 and 99 out of 120 in TOEFL. Looking at these scores, they told me that I can get into a good college and secure a good scholarship. So I received 3 admits from University of Arizona, University of Kansas and University of Toledo. All of them gave me good scholarships, and also their astrophysics program is ranked one of the best. So I decided to go get into University of Toledo and pursue my dreams. Now I'm flying on 10th, and also I would like to thank Vishwas sir and the whole team of Mumbai High Global Education to help me pursue.
Yeah, so that was his story. He comes from a very humble background, middle class or middle class, you can say, not a higher middle class or a lower middle class, but in between that. It was first his father thought that it will not be affordable for them, but now in the university where he is going, he will be hardly spending maximum $10,000 a year. So within 4 years, he will be spending hardly $40,000 and he will be doing his bachelor's in astrophysics. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, now since we have already talked about our global education program and all, so now we have taken certain more initiatives. About that, Devin sir will talk to you.
Thank you, sir. I'll do that. I'll ask you to put the slides as and when required. Yeah, we started the program in the morning, so that was good morning. Now it is good afternoon, all of you. सो गए 12th वालों को तो ऑसिलेशन का टेस्ट देना है. So good afternoon, all of you. Right. Before going to this IPERC program, I would just like to put across some points in front of you. See, basically what happens is when we talk about the revolution, what is coming up in the academics or in the education sector, which is a big thing which is coming up. So there it is not only about the skill development or what skills you have, it's also about the career options. Like just now, we found that there are options available where a child can switch from one particular career to another career. Again, the same goal, the same concept of mission comes into the picture. The goal, the life goals on personal front, the life goals on professional front, the life goals on the social front, the life goals on the society front, or the life goals on, as you have seen, the famous personalities. They were working for the underdeveloped community and the pushed back community, and that's what the goals starts with. So that is all said and done. Again, coming back to the need, the requirement, like as we talk about the different developments, like, see, going back to the basics, when we started back in 2013, we got a first batch. At that time, in 2015 pass outs, obviously 2013, 15 pass outs. We had got a student, Fenil Shah. He had got 1600 on 1600 in SAT. So there again, the preparation was on the basis of that. He wanted to do astrophysics and then go for the, the masters in theoretical physics and then go ahead in life. So he wanted to give SAT and go ahead. He gave the SAT part, but fortunately he got a good score in JEE Advanced also, and he got into IIST here in India. So again, getting a good college anywhere is the prime importance, is the most important part for us. Getting a good college is again, what do you mean by a good college? Good college means not only good faculties, but also means the good ambience. We basically talk about a good ambience. That's what matters the most. Fortunately, our kids have got a good ambience in their 11th and 12th, so they need a better ambience beyond 12th. And that is where we have to work on to. Again, coming back to the requirement, like see, what happens is, I was just talking about the developments what have been going on. Like, sir had Ashutosh sir had discussed about some surgical developments and all those things. So in the journey to explore more and more, first time visiting to different places in 2017, going to University of Guadalajara and different places. And again, my second journey, again going to a different places again in last year, 2002, right? There, I came across some more people, met some more people where I could explore more variations. And there are some universities, and I found one of my friend is a assistant dean in one of the famous universities in New York, and he is actually, they are having a very new creative concept of health sciences. And that is where we can see that they have something like this, that they have a complete artificial intelligence and machine learning completely merged with the health sciences. And the course is well developed. So that is again a future. So does that mean it's not here, it's not everywhere? It's everywhere. But the thing is, you have to search where you get the best for you. So again, coming back to the steps, you know. The step 1 was about your skills. Step 2 is about selecting a career. And step 3 comes about selecting a good place where you can nurture your skills to develop a career and then develop your goals. Because many a times, the mainstream career may not be your goal of the life. Because goal of the life, if we talk about, like Yogesh sir had spoken about his own experiences after doing his MTech, he got into one of the prime infotech companies, and then he realized that he does not want to pursue that. There's something similar which goes everywhere, many of them. It includes me also. After finishing the engineering, got directly into a job in Sweden, working for one of the biggest companies, you can say, is Alfred Nobel Group of companies. Then again, coming back to India, was with Procter & Gamble, and then a senior engineer with Nerolac. So that process is there. That mission was to provide the best. Again, the last slide of Ashutosh sir was with, you know, having power, having fame, having wealth, and all those things. So we were just having a discussion on that also, that wealth is always a secondary thing which can be earned later on. But at the same time, the most, I have always taken one motto of the life is that, you know, it's a little bit of mathematical, but it works. Earn, spelling is E-A-R-N, and learn, spelling is L-E-A-R-N. So earn is basically a subset of learn. So if you learn, you by default earn. So again, the thing comes, you know, again, the typical Indian mentality of the parents. कब तक पढ़ेगा? मेडिकल में इसलिए नहीं जाना, 10-10 साल का कोर्स है, अरे बाप रे, मेरा बच्चा ऐसे ही बुढ़ा हो जाएगा, राइट? सो इसमें ये एक और चीज आ जाता है, that when we talk about learn, everybody learns at every moment, at every institute, at every stage of life. So learning should always be the process which is going on. Now coming back to the global education part, the thing is that just now Vishwas sir introduced to our global education platform. Again, I'll put across some very important point over here. Please excuse me if at all I fumble in my talking because my interpersonal skills are not developed. My intrapersonal skills are rather more developed. So उस मामले में कुछ चीज़ें दूर दूर की दिखती है लेकिन बोलना थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. So please bear with that, and I know you will bear with that. Students have been doing that since long time, and I hope parents also will be supportive in that case. Right. So coming back to the requirement, let's go to the basics, you know. When we passed out, I'm talking about the age-old thing, I'm talking about before the birth of these kids. When we passed out, at that time, the need was engineer ban gaya, bas ho gaya. BE हो गया, बस हो गया, BTech हो गया, बस हो गया. Then came the Y2K compliance concept, that is year 2000, 4-digit year lagne wala. So everybody started doing a course in smaller institutes over here, whether it is Boston Institute or GNNI, NIIT and all those things, and then switched to US and various big countries, and there they started developing their career. Then came an era that, the child is supposed to do the bachelorate here and then do the masters out of India. Then, slowly, as the evolution occurs, there was another evolution which came, which is rather coming up. The evolution is that nowadays, people prefer going immediately after 12th standard. Now, what is the reason for that? Looking into it, if you want, we can spend maybe 4 hours or 5 hours on that, but I can just summarize it. The reason is the flexibility of the subjects. The reason is the flexibility of the course selection, which can be considered. So when we talk about course selection, it's not necessary that the child should go through the mainstream process. See, I'll just give you one idea. 2007, I had some kids who did, at that time, NEET was not so very prominent. At that time, CET was prominent. Now what happened is, 2007, there was a kid who got decent marks in CET. And he was basically planning to do MBBS. But the scores were not so very good to get into MBBS. So somebody told him, BDS कर ले, दोनों का first year same होता है. And he did it. See the awareness level. I hope every parent and every child is able to relate with what I'm saying without saying, right? BDS is something else. MBBS is something else. लेकिन first year same है इसलिए कर ले. तो career किधर है? Where is the career? I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to put across. So there are some traditional education patterns wherein you don't have the exact idea to what to do. And nowadays, the kids have become really smart. Even though their phones are more smarter. But I know they have kept those smarter phones away from them. They know that very well. All right. So as far as their smartness is concerned, what is more important is they want to explore their own skills. They want to explore their own, their abilities, to be very precise. And that is where you require a mentor. That is where you require a guidance. Where a continuous concept of change and evolution is being thought about. To be very frank with you, in our office, that is in our cabin, when me and Yogesh sir are sitting, rather we are together found hardly 10 minutes or 15 minutes, maybe in a day or maybe in 3-4 days. But whenever we are together, we have never spoken about what is going on. We have always spoken about what is new to come. Because that is what is required. Because ultimately, जब हमारे पेरेंट्स ही बोल देते कि हमारे बच्चे हमसे स्मार्ट है, तो उनके मेंटर उनके बच्चों से स्मार्ट तो चाहिए ही चाहिए. तो फिर हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बन जाता है that we need to evolve a lot of things, right? Then, as far as the global education is concerned, we have already started with the SAT program, GRE program, and we have virtually 100% success rate this year, Vishwas sir. Yeah, we have got 100% success rate for the visa clearances, which is a very rare event. Just because of the fact, when you decide to do something, पूरी कायनात लग जाती है आपको उसे हासिल कराने में, and it works. Now, see, again, कायनात की बात करें, when you talk about the universe, the whole universe wants to work for you. There's one more thing which comes up, we came across a NGO named iPerk. All right? Is this the first slide? Thank you. Right. Now, we came across a program called as iPerk. Please excuse me, I won't be able to go according to the slide, because according to the slide, there was supposed to be a speaker who was going to represent their organization, and they have already tied up with us, and a lot of things are going on. But due to rains and different conditions, the speaker is not available. So I'll be doing that job for you today. But before that, I'll just put across what I felt like, and then we'll go through the slides. Now, IPERC is an NGO which works with famous universities out of India to have a revolutionary concept. Don't change the slide, okay? To have a revolutionary concept of academics. Again, coming back to the age-old concept, like, 10th हो गया, 12th हो गया, फिर बैचलरेट किया, फिर मास्टर्स करना है, बच्चा बाहर गया. जैसे ही बच्चा बाहर जाते हैं, 5 में से 4 रिलेटिव बोलते हैं, ये तो गया, ये आने वाला नहीं है. All right, even though the trends have changed and trends are changing. Now, again, 10th हो गया, 12th हो गया, अब 12th के बाद भी बाहर भेजने के लिए लोग ready है. Now, this is one more step towards it. Here, after the 10th itself, in India, the child will be preparing for the first year of that 4-year bachelorette course itself. Matlab, the child, I'm just giving you what I felt and what I experienced and what I came to know. Matlab, the child does not have to give any SATs or any other entrance exams to get admission into the prime universities. Means after 10th itself, the child will be doing the first year. See, technically speaking, you have something like this, that you have, here जैसे हम लोग बैचलरेट और मास्टर्स बोलते हैं, वैसे ही बाहर अंडर ग्रेड और ग्रेड कोर्स बोलते हैं. अंडर ग्रेड मतलब बच्चा अंडर ग्रेड में है, ग्रेजुएशन करेगा, और ग्रेड कोर्स मतलब ग्रेजुएशन हो चुका है और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करेगा. So this is how it works. So the undergrad course the child will be doing here in India itself, the first year. So what happens is they have 120 credit points. There are a lot of details. I'll not be going into the details because it is little more difficult than physics. All right. So what we'll do is I'll just give you the summary of what it is. So they have somewhere around 120 credit points, and out of that, somewhere around 30 points. 4 साल में divide करेंगे तो 120 divided by 4 is 30. So 30 credit points, the child will be trained here itself during their 11th and 12th. अब ये बोल तो दिया, मैंने ये भी बोल दिया कि मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा लगा. Now as a parent, दिमाग में आता है, तो बच्चा JEE नहीं करना चाहिए. The child should not give JEE, should not give NID, should not give NATA, should not give NEET. I'll come to that. All right. और दूसरी साइड चाइल्ड सोचेगा, अरे यार ऑलरेडी PCM का बर्डन है, ऑलरेडी PCB का बर्डन है, अब उसके साथ ये भी कर लो. Yeah, this comes. Now the thing is that let's go to the stage and then come back on this point. So what happens is the child finishes the 30 credit points here itself in India, gets a good GPA. They have a scoring pattern out of 4, and they get if they get a decent score of somewhere around 3 out of 4, and I bet on this. अपने यहाँ के अभी जो 11th के बच्चों ने अभी just start किया है, right? The children who have just started, they can also get more than 3. That we have seen the course. All right. So if they get a 3 GP or more, then they can take admission directly into the second year over there, and that's where they get big scholarships and a lot of efforts are saved. So बाद में 3 साल का course हो जाता है. That is one. Now coming back to the course requirement, here, that is one point I wanted to say. Another point is I would just like to go to the slides if you don't mind. Can you just go to the next slide, please? So here, it is all about the iPerk, which is NGO, where you can go to different countries. Yes, this is one more thing. Can you go to the next slide? Right. Now, this program basically is for, I'm not going to read this big paragraph, and just tell you what it is. This program is basically about a child doing the first year here, and after that, the question comes into the parent's mind is, if you talk progressively, what next? The second point comes is that after that, you can take admission into any of the universities in USA, in Canada, in UK, in Australia, in Singapore. You can take admissions anywhere in the second year directly without any other qualification documentation required. So that is an advantage. I'll just come to that slide. Can we have one more slide, please? Yeah, one more slide, please.
Next slide.
One more. These are the subjects. I'll come to this slide again. Abhishek will go to this slide again. Go to the next one, please. Another one, another one. Yeah, this one. Now, it's very difficult to read these universities' names, but I'll just put across majority universities. If you see the first one, Johns Hopkins or Washington or UCLA or UCB, and all these universities are basically world-ranked universities. So, getting into a world-ranked university, I'll just give you a brief idea. Give me one more slide, I'll tell you what it is. I hope everybody can read Canada and then UK and other countries. Now, UK and other countries, down there, there's Nanyang Technological University. Now, that university is very close to my heart just because of the fact I was planning to get into that university for my kids. Now, the thing is, NTU, Singapore is ranked 5 amongst the world universities. And you know what is the requirement of SAT? 1600 on 1600. And what is the requirement of TOEFL? 120 on 120. And what is the fees to be paid? 0, because they take complete sponsorships kids only. I'm just giving you one example of it. Same way, if you go to those previous slides, even those Toronto, British Columbia universities, all big universities over here, they have a big score requirement of SAT. And if the child has already scored 3+ or 4 GPA, which I feel our kids can do it, then it becomes a direct entry into such big universities where it becomes a big career opportunity for them. Right? So that was a thrilling part. That's what I said. As the evolution is going on, this is one more step of evolution. See, that's what I said. The first half of the career was about the skills, and the second half is about the careers. And that is in between, there's a string, and that string is we. And that is where we will be working on it. Right? So when we talk about these universities, again, let's go to the back side again, please, if we, or thoda pehle, or thoda pehle, or thoda, yeah. Subjects. Now, I know it's...
One minute.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So if we need to summarize today's session, so I'm telling this to the students. See, we are working hard nationally and internationally to get good universities, to get good colleges. But at the end, you have to study everywhere. If you have to, whether you have to go to IIT or you have to go to KEM, Nair or anywhere, or the foreign universities. The point, sir, what he is discussing is, the subjects are, you can see, physics 1, physics 2, again Chem, I think, where is chemistry?
Yeah, Chem 1001, Chem 1002,
Chem 1,
General
Chem 2,
Chemistry.
Bio 1, Bio 2, Maths 1, Maths 2 and English. मतलब आपको अभी जो सोचना है कि कुछ भी हो जाए, पढ़ना क्या है, वही जो अभी आप पढ़ रहे हो. And with your skills, means, see, there are 2 people, one is Shirke sir and one is Vishwas sir. So Shirke sir, he will be with you to guide you about your skills, जो skills sir ने बोले, the kind of skills we have, the available careers, Then we will check whether that careers are available nationally or internationally. If I'm getting something in IIT, I'll first prefer India. But if I'm not getting my choice and my career in India, then I look for best options abroad. That is how we are planning. लेकिन कहीं भी जाना हो, whether nationally or internationally, अभी पढ़ना क्या है? फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, मैथ्स, बायो, और जिस लेवल का तैयारी हम कर रहे हैं उसी लेवल से हम तैयारी करना है, ताकि वी हैव टू प्रूव आवरसेल्फ एज ए टैलेंट, एज ए ब्रेन, एंड आइदर वी विल बी इन इंडिया और वी विल बी इन अब्रॉड.
Rising early. Right. I was actually coming to that only. मैं बच्चों को थोड़ा गेयर में ले रहा था कि करना यही है, करना और कुछ भी नहीं है. And that is why I was so sure that our kids can score as such 3 or 4 out of 4. वो surety का reason was कि उनको पढ़ना तो है ही. All right. So basically, when we talk about these subjects are to be completed. They have to complete 10 subjects, that is 30 credit points. And according to that, they have to prepare. Now, 10 credit points, मतलब 10 subjects, मतलब उसमें आप वही आ गया, 2 physics हो गया, 2 chemistry हो गया, 2 mathematics हो गया for a PCM student, 2 physics हो गया, 2 chemistry हो गया, 2 bio हो गया. तो basically वहाँ पे उनके 6 subjects हो जाते हैं. English का 2 subjects हो गया. So that is where they get an advantage that along with our career, see, when we started with MHGE, Mumbai High Global Education, we had a perfect set plan wherein the student starts the mentorship batch in in May. And by June, July, they start with the preparation of SAT of 11th standard. By December of 11th standard, they are through with their SAT exams, and after that they can apply in the December of 12th standard. That's what the plan was given by Vishwas sir. So that what happens is, parallelly you can also apply for the universities abroad, because it's a fact that you have to go for the ranked universities to get more variations and to get more scope of career development. So that was one. Now, by introducing this, we have already planned that you will be having, if at all the child is interested, then you can also have this subject going along with your regular PCM or regular PCB. And that is where the advantage comes to our mentorship students, especially to our MJ Education Trust, that is Mumbai High Program students. That is where they get an advantage that they can explore more and more. Again, as I said, this is just a precursor of what we wanted to discuss. Because this is where the whole thing will come into the picture. Like designing, first of all, knowing your skills, right? Knowing your skills, and as Ashutosh Shirke sir very correctly said that these 9 skills are they can be developed any time of your life. They can be developed to the level where it is required. So we have a team which will be working for you kids over here for that purpose. First, knowing your skills. Second, developing your skills. Third is the career options, which is there as what we said. It's a jigsaw puzzle sort of, where you will be having all of them to be joined properly so that the career can be planned properly. Then coming again to the point is that, how do we go about? You can have this iPerk program. Can we have one more slide, please, down the line? 1 second. This is all about the GPA score which is required. Then down the line. Again, can we go to the next slide, please? This is, again, as what we said, that you can have some partner universities. There are some famous universities which are already partnered with them, and you can go for that also. Then next one, please. This is all about the scholarships, what you can get. Our children, in fact, last year, Vishwas sir, many kids have got good scholarships. More than 50% scholarship everybody got. That was a big point. Then next. This is all about the program, what I discussed. क्योंकि इतने heavy words याद रखने से अच्छा we'll remember the exact gist what is the discussion about. Then next is all about these universities which we are talking about. Then again the next slide please is all about the different countries where you can apply. Can we, yeah, thank you. I never knew I was going to say thank you. Yeah, right, I'm coming to that. Right, so when we talk about thank you, तो ये उनका thank you हो गया, तो we can close this slide. Okay, मेरा अभी तक thank you नहीं हुआ है. Right, now the thing is, sometimes what happens is, I'll come down to the ground reality. When we attend the seminars, when we look about the big personalities, or when we see some biopics at home, there's a big rush of blood, you know. अंदर से लगता है यार हो जाएगा, मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. Actually मैं भी कर सकता हूँ से ज़्यादा ना, you get this, कोई भी कर सकता है. It's not that. It's not that कोई भी कर सकता है. तो for that, what is required? For that, what is required is already planned with our kids. They just have to follow what is to be done, how it is to be done, and how it can be done. Even if you talk about this course, what we were discussing about, the iPerk course, right? Getting into a big university like NTU or UIUC, which is ranked 5, ranked 7 world over. Obviously, वो लोग तो दरवाजा खोल के बैठे नहीं ना, आ जाओ भाई. You have to get into it. So to get into it, obviously the preparatory course is required. Now, what is the requirement of the preparatory course? The prerequisite. And the prerequisite is that you should have at least 80% in 10 standard. Because if you have at least 80% in 10 standard, then you can go for that particular prerequisite also. I hope things are clear to all of you, what we wanted to discuss about the career part, discuss about the skills. So again, coming back to the conclusion of the program and concluding in a very simple way and a humble way. And thank you for listening to us. Thank you for being, as what we say, a family, right? So we are here to look into the betterment of the child, betterment of their career. Yes, their mission, they will decide. Their career goals, they will decide. Their life goals, they will decide. But वो सब के लिए एक बेस लगता है. Base is knowing their skills, developing their skills, and knowing the career, developing the career. Once this is done, as a parent, your job, as mentors, our job is done. We have given them the platform. Then what is their career goal, life goal, or society goal, or whatever it is, you know, that will be their choice. So any more detailing required, obviously, you know that we are always available. So we can have a discussion on this later on, one-to-one, right? Thank you for being such nice, cooperative people. Yeah, Yogesh sir would like to say something.
Only one interpretation. Whatever we are doing, whether it is your designing your career or abroad education, this is additional part of our routine curriculum. So there is no excuse for your PCM and no excuse for your PCB. So our primary target, the preparation of physics, chemistry, maths, and physics, chemistry, bio is the ultimate aim of MJ Education Trust. In addition to that, we have started this for their help, to guide them or to visualize their roadmap. So sir will be there, few sessions sir will conduct. We will have maximum online sessions so that it will not disturb our routine curriculum. And regarding global education, Vishwas sir is available in the campus. So irrespective of our curriculum, you can meet him regarding the understanding what program you want to choose. But this both program will not disturb 1% for their routine curriculum. So this is additional part. If you are keen, if you want to check yourself, you can go with it. But with that, you cannot give any excuse to our routine part. Is it clear to the students? Yes or no? हाँ मतलब अभी abroad जाना है, पढ़ाई छोड़ दिया, अभी चले ही जाना है, ऐसा भी नहीं है. और see, it's very clear whether you have to go abroad or whether you have to stay in India with good universities, you need to score good. That is the ultimate thing. And that is the fact, what you have to accept. Is it clear? No, I'm not clear.
Yeah, actually one more thing came into my mind, that see, sometimes what happens is parents, as Vishwas sir told initially, there was one point which I missed out, that the parents come up and say, my child is too young, cannot handle these things. So what I would put across is, why can't we check? इंडिया में ही बैठ के अगर कोर्स का फर्स्ट ईयर हो रहा है, चेक करके देखते, हो गया तो अच्छी बात है, कर सकते हैं तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, नहीं कर सकते हैं तो कोई गम नहीं, क्योंकि अपना मेन स्ट्रीम तो वी आर नॉट लिविंग इट एट ऑल, राइट? अभी हमारे 12th के बच्चे भी जाने वाले हैं यहाँ से, कौन सा टेस्ट देना है? ऑसिलेशंस का, या so they are not going to live their curriculum at all under any circumstances, right? Thank you very much. God bless.